Yeah, it's because of when the breathing settles into the lower body, into the belly, and moves there. That's how you automatically, like this settling of energies happens. On the other hand, if your breathing is very high in the chest and in the shoulders, you very easily get agitated, go into emotional fits, have headaches very easily, migraines, tiredness of eyes, get colds very easily, your neck becomes tight, jaws becomes tight, so the energy rises up. So it's very useful to learn, teach yourself to keep the breathing down. Breathe with the belly. And also dark nights with N, not with K. So dark nights, which means, if somebody is not familiar with the term, it means these really emotionally unstable, hectic periods in practice when something is stirred up from the subconscious mind, strong emotions, and you just, you're pulling your hair because, it's just a mess, your mind. That is called dark night period. So calm down. Practice shamatha meditation. Calm your nerves down. Calm your breath. Focus your attention, and automatically calmness follows. During dark night, you can also try to cut through, either through, just like I said, through strong concentration, or pets, which is really the same thing, but pet is like a vocal application of strong concentration. You can try cutting through to the natural state, but if it doesn't really work, then latch your concentration onto the breath or some object and keep it there. And then calmness will follow. Feels really pleasant, doesn't it? This stability. So we can look at this simple exercise from a couple of points of view. As I already said, like in the need of calmness, or if we have these pranic problems, headaches, migraines, tightness in the neck, dryness, tiredness in the eyes, head-related problems, maybe even tinnitus and hearing problems, jaw tightness, something, bring your breath, bring your energy down. Of course, these symptoms in the head that I mentioned, they can be caused by something else, but first try to bring your energy down. So this happens to be like following of the breath in the gut is practiced widely in Buddhism, especially in Zen Buddhism, also in Taoism, very, very widely. But they have a different view, like I was talking about two different sets of subtle channels. This practice has a Dzogchen spin because it focuses on this Dzogchen center in the middle of the gut. Usually when they practice lower belly breathing or hara or Tanden, Dantian breathing in Zen, they put their attention to the surface of the skin, below the surface, on the skin below the navel, like 2-3 centimeters below, 5 centimeters below. But here we have it in the center, just like in the first Chandali technique.
It is the hara. It is. Yeah. Okay.
What?
It is the hara. Is it that you were breathing into? You mentioned the hara.
The name?
Yeah.
Well, it's called hara breathing,
Okay.
like in.
But this is the same. It is. Yeah. It's the same energy center.
Well, this is something that I was just meaning to say, that landing on the natural state through having the attention here on the skin, in the surface, might or might not happen. But because we have it in this area which is never karmically imprinted or stained, probability of that is much higher. That is my experience also, through having done few years of like a Zen Buddhist lower belly breathing 8 hours or more a day. Okay, so here we have done just simple following of the breath. Let's do a couple of breathing exercises which kind of fortify the effect of bringing energy down to the belly and breathing with the belly. I will show you the first one. So now we start to manipulate the breath, breathing in deeply, the stomach expanding, and then momentarily, for a short moment, stopping and holding the breath while pushing down the belly. So you breathe in, and then exhale. So it's just breathe in, the belly expand, simple like this. Breathing in, belly expand, shoulders stay down. And you can extend the inhalations as exhalations as long as you can, but not forcing it. Relax your face and head and shoulders and chest as much as possible. So while you are dynamically using the muscles in the belly, when drawing in the breath, holding, pushing down, and then exhaling, you have your attention in the area at the Dzogchen door. And when you exhale, you dynamically push the air out of the lungs with the stomach muscles, and you go to the end. You don't have to get 100% of air out of the lungs, but you kind of push it when it's almost empty. it's very difficult to get lungs completely empty, but you just push it with force, with some force, and empty the lungs thoroughly. Continue a couple of more minutes. Just stopping for 1 or 2 seconds when holding the breath and pushing it down with the stomach muscles. So the air that you're breathing, it of course moves in the lungs. But as your focus is here, down here, you draw in the energy there, the prana, or in Tibetan lung, L-U-N-G. You bring it, that is brought down because of the concentration. A few more cycles. And then, after exhalation, stop manipulating the breath. Just let the breathing be natural. And see how you feel. quite nice, isn't it? Mind calms down, feels very stable. And also the joy comes easily, doesn't it? Okay, let's take like a third exercise for shamatha, for calming down the energy in the belly. And already this previous one, like if you have a headache or too much energy in the head, what you can do, visualize with inhalation that you draw it down. You pull it down from the head. Okay? So if you have some, tiredness in the eyes, some ear problems, headaches, migraines, neck pains, draw it down, pull it down. Okay? So let's do a third practice where we take this with inhalation, but then we extend the holding of the breath. So this exercise could also be done without the pulling it down, just like we did the previous exercise. But if you have some head problems, then this can be applied. So what we will do is deep inhalation and then just extend the holding here in the belly. So you just hold it as long as it feels comfortable. And now don't tense the pelvic floor muscles. Keep them relaxed. But just tensing the stomach muscles while pushing down gently. Don't push too strongly. I've heard that in Japanese martial arts, they use this tensing of the gut a lot. And I've heard that they actually cause themselves, is it hernias? Mm-hmm. Yeah? So not that much, just, firmly, but not like this. Yeah, so let's do that. Deep inhalation, drawing down the energy to the belly, to that secret area, Dzogchen center area, holding it there, holding the breath as long as it feels comfortable, not any longer, and then exhaling deeply. Okay, let's do this for a few minutes. You can visualize drawing in the energy in any way that you feel it works. You can just imagine that you only just like a movement down. If you feel like using some other image, like pulling light down, or perhaps like mist, bringing down mist, sure, you can use it. I personally use just the movement. Imagine the movement. When you are holding the breath, you can move your arms and shake your arms a little bit during the holding to make sure that you are relaxed. Also move neck a little bit. Make sure that you're relaxed, as relaxed as possible. A few more. And then leave the technique. Let breathing come to normal. So these were few shamatha techniques by applying attention and doing some deep breathing and breath holding, breath retention, for calming down if you need it, if you're restless, or if you have dark night. On the other hand, if you are already in the natural state, then you don't need this. You can do them anyway, but you get the point that there's not really need for them. Okay, let's lie down for 30 minutes and continue Ati Yoga in lying resting position, and then sit more after that.